Absolutely.
If he's a false prophet, then he can't produce good fruit, period.
Big God.
And that made so much more sense to me because that used to scare me. And then another background I come from was mostly cessationists that believe all the spiritual gifts have stopped. And they're trying to put the judgment seat of Christ and the great white throne all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You know about it. And that got me all tripped up. Hard determinism, very fatalistic type teaching. And that just really got me all twisted up because it was the first time I heard a robust theology. But then I realized that ain't the only robust theology out there. Yeah. And then I'm glad I'm involved in a church now that's not that believes in the gifts of the Spirit. Because there are churches out there that believe that all of them have completely ceased, and they think that we all crazy.
Yeah, I'll be crazy. So.
Yeah, right. But that made so much more sense that when I was talking about false prophets, because it used to trip me up when I was involved in the Wesleyan Church, and he was trying to teach sinless perfection there. And I'm thinking, man, if you could be sinless perfect, I mean, we can work towards that, right? We've got the power of the Spirit in that, but man, that's a self-righteous hypocrite right there. But anyway, I'll let go of that.
Here it is. I found it.
Just trying to give a little history of my background there.
1 John 4.
Yep, 1 John 4.
Oh, I was looking for it. It's 1 John 4.
Read it
I'm
out.
going to read it from the Message.
Yeah.
My dear friends, don't believe everything you hear. Carefully weigh and examine what people tell you. Not everyone who talks about God comes from God. There are a lot of lying preachers loose in the world.
There you go.
Here's how you test the genuine Spirit of God. Everyone who confesses openly his faith in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who came as an actual flesh and blood person, comes from God and belongs to God. And everyone who refuses to confess the faith of Jesus has nothing in common with God.
That's dead on.
This is the spirit of the Antichrist.
The spirit of the who?
Antichrist.
Man, we just talking about. Okay, just checking.
That you heard is coming. Well, here it is. Sooner than we thought.
Boom. Then he's on the scene. So again, you got to check the power source. And back to Tim's original question, because I know we went all over the place. But at the end of the day, it's not your power. The power is you being as humble as Jesus was, being the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and laying where horses lie. Where if anybody had any sense, they would have kicked everybody out the hotel, would have wrote them a reimbursement voucher, come back on another night, because the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is being born. Right. The whole hotel gonna belong to him, Mary, and Joseph. But Jesus said, I got it. As a matter of fact, even when I come into the city of Bethpage, I ain't even coming on them old Budweiser horses with that furry coats around their feet.
I can hear that music.
I don't even need a Clydesdale. Matter of fact, you two disciples, go and loose the coat, and if anybody asks you, tell them that the master have need of it. I can see Jesus' big old feet, about Shaquille on about 6 foot dragon riding the coat, but he's still, when his feet dragging in the dirt, he's still the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords.
That's right.
Still endued with power. He didn't come like the earth thought he was going to come, but he still had all power and victory in his hands. Come on, y'all.
And what amazes me is the first 30 years of his life, he didn't tell a soul. He just wanted to live as a human. For 30 years, he lived as a human being. I mean, it blows my mind. I think he knew what it was like to hit his finger with a hammer, and to use the bathroom, and just whatever human.
Yeah.
I mean, that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
You ever wonder, because he was a carpenter, what kind of furniture he had?
Oh, right, yeah. How ornate it was, or if it was just, right.
I bet it was tables since he loved to flip them.
Yeah,
But when you start talking about that kind of, I mean, his power is undeniable. The Word of God is undeniable. Nobody can make this stuff up.
How could you not spend time, if knowing what we know, just from reading tonight and just conversing with one another in love, how could you not make this the foundation of your life? People ask me all the time, dude, why in the world? Because it's truth. Why would I read anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I confer with anyone else? Why I'm chewing on this, man, I'm eating. It ain't me saying anything about Cliff because I'm raggedy and saved by the grace of Jesus Christ, but I eat. I'm eating. I'm hungry. I want it. And this is 10, 11 years for me being saved, and it's not, and it's because I have an appetite for righteousness. And to those who are hungering after something else, you kind of feel like, man, well, why can't I have that same hunger? You got to check your appetite. You got to, look, I can't, man, look, if you want to eat on, you got to do it, but I want righteousness. I want his presence. I want his power. I want the liberty. I want the freedom. I want victory.
Amen.
I got to stay plugged in. I got to eat. I'm hungry. And look, man, I'm hungry.
That goes back to what we were talking
Bro.
about the other night, was about, self. Dying to self. I mean, I don't understand how powerful that is over someone, because I'm one of them. I don't know what kind of power that is that can have her where you cannot crucify yourself on a daily basis.
Yeah, you just
Because when you fail, you feel conviction and you ask for forgiveness, but it's constantly over and over and over again.
it's discipline.
Right.
It's bottom line. LeBron James ain't come out he might have came out the womb prepared to be 6'8", 285, but at the end of the day, LeBron put in work. Michael Jordan put in work. Serena Williams put in work. Any other great athlete, man, you put in work. And I'm telling you, it's evident to really see who walks with God. And it shows publicly. You can tell who's spending time privately with God because it exudes publicly.
That's a good word.
I can tell if you've been hanging out with Jesus, and I'm not walking around like I'm like an Inspector Gadget with the hat and the cat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't walking around like a fruit inspector that works with the FDA, or maybe that's wrong, or whatever, man. But no, but you can tell. Like I come to a place now that even my children, my last child going through grade school, I can tell when she comes home what she's been hanging around. Because who you hang around is who you begin to look like.
Starts thinking just like it.
It's basic psychology. I don't even need the Bible for that. You hang with thugs, people are gonna think you a thug. So I always beat into my girls, but Daddy, I don't do things like that. I'm not a hooker or a thought or a whore or whatever. Well, you hanging with them though. So when people associate you with that, that's who they're associating with, what you surround yourself with. And you can't tell me that if you're spending real intimate time in secret with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, that your life won't look like you've been spending time with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. It's not possible. That's why I can't buy this old, man, I just ain't getting it, dude, because you lack discipline. You weak. And I'm going to check you in love to ask you and to challenge you, how much time are you spending in committing yourself unto the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords? Because if you were spending as much time with him as you say you were, your life will look different and the fruit that exists in your life will smell different. But your stuff is rotten and nobody want to eat from your tree, man. It stinks. I wouldn't feed my granddaughter a rotten apple with worms in it. Why do you expect for me to come and I'm needing life to come to your tree, Michael Ross, and all your fruit stink? I'm naturally going to go to a tree that's going to produce a fruit that I can ingest and digest. And that's where we are. I'm sorry, man. I didn't even mean to come in. I wasn't even going to come tonight, man. I wasn't.
I'm glad you did. I feel like